Utah Valley Spirit Squad. And now let's welcome to the court our Utah Valley Wolverines. UCCU Center.
A long time ago in a galaxy not so far away, two empires separated by just 69 miles collided for a historic battle on the hardwood. Tonight, a new chapter in the saga begins. Wildcats, Wolverines, next on UVU TV. You're looking live at the UCCU Center, a cantina for all creatures of the galaxy, but home to the Wolverines at Utah Valley University, who host the invading Wildcats of Weber State. Hello, Mandalorians. This is The Way. Alongside Ben Kenobi Aird, I'm Brandon Bounty Hunter Crow. Welcome to Force Night at the UCCU Center. Ben, Utah Valley had a tough loss on the road on Sunday in Colorado, but you know just as well as anybody else, you can throw that all out the window when you got an in-state rivalry game like this.
Yeah, there's something special about playing against an in-state rival in your building. You know, the atmosphere is a little bit different, the field's a little bit different, and it doesn't really matter the records or anything of that nature. Everyone's going to come in prepared and looking to get a win, so it should be a fun environment tonight.
One person, Ben, who has been prepared all season long for the Wolverines has been TJ Washington, and he's been a dynamic force. He missed the first couple games of the season, but ever since he's come back, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, he's been absolutely phenomenal, and he's one of those guys that's not afraid of the spotlight, right? You look at him against Kentucky, he's hitting big shots, making plays for his teammates, setting them up, averaging 15.4 points per game on the season. Just an unbelievable all-around player for the Wolverines.
And on the opposite side for the Wildcats, Jarek Harding, that man right there has been getting it done, 17 points per game for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's a dynamic player, right? Anyone that's averaging somewhere around 17 points and shooting close to 50% from the field goal, I mean, he's going to be the focus of the Wolverines, trying to stop him. He's a dynamic player and scorer, and that's going to be a challenge.
Well, again, throw everything out the window. It's a rivalry game. Grab your lightsabers and your blasters. Force Night tips off officially next here on UBUTV.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Welcome to the UCCU Center, everybody. Brandon Crow alongside Ben Aird. Weber State versus Utah Valley, the in-state rivalry. Both schools separated by one freeway, just 69 miles apart. Dustin Berlin, the PA announcer, is throwing out the starting lineups for the crowd, and we'll give those starting lineups to you as well on the screen. For Utah Valley, Ben, take it away.
For Utah Valley, we've got TJ Washington starting at the guard position, Brandon Averett, Trey Woodbury, Emmanuel, got to help me here on this one, Olajuwon, and Kazan Jardine.
Kaz the man Jardine. That's your starting five for the Wolverines. On the other side, for the Weber State Wildcats, Cody John, Jarek Harding, who we mentioned earlier in that pregame. Keep an eye out for him. Judah Jordan. That's a man that you know pretty well, don't you, Ben?
I do know Randy Ray very well. He actually recruited me in high school. He's a great coach. It's awesome to see Coach Mark Madsen as well and what he's done here at UVU. Both very, very accomplished coaches from the basket.
Let's go, Utah Valley.
Olajuwon in the door. Game on. Wildcats and the Wolverines. The Wildcats win the tip. Wildcats in their road purples, and the Wolverines in their home whites and greens. Weber State coming into this one lost the last 3 straight. Those 3 straight come from the Gulf Coast Showcase. And right here, Utah Valley showcasing to transition. Trey Woodbury getting things started for the Wolverines with a nice bucket courtesy of TJ Washington.
But a great defensive play there by Brandon Averett, stripping the ball and causing that fast break.
Very loud here in the UCCU arena, and we expect it to get even louder. Lots of people outside trying to come in. Another steal from Brandon Averett. BA going to pull it back. TJ Washington thought about it, puts it on the floor, drives off the glass, no good. Olajuwon last touch, goes out of play. And they're going to say it stays with Utah Valley as we see TJ Washington with the quick hands. Outlet to Woodbury. Woodbury, nice body control. Puts it up and in. And that's something that the Wolverines need to continue to do relentlessly, as we've seen how successful they've been when they're in that transition offense.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing like a quick transition bucket to get the energy going. I mean, in-state game might have a little bit of nerves. That's a great way to start exactly what you're looking for from the Wolverines.
Jordan past the timeline. Going around the top of the key, John dishes it in low to the door. Nice move. A little travel violation against Dima Zador, his first. And a little bit of nerves in the first early minutes of the in-state rivalry match. Going to get those out of the way early. Wolverines going in low to Jardine. Gazden posting it up. Pump fakes, goes back out to Washington. Trey Woodbury now with it. Averett. Washington. Back to Jardine. Puts it back on the floor. 9 seconds. Gives it to E-Man in the post. E-Man backing it up. 5 on the floor. 3 for TJ Washington. Rims off. Rebound by Zador. Utah Valley on Sunday, Ben, only had 16 points in the first half. Utah Valley trying to explode here offensively because they know that that's a big part of their confidence. As on the other end, Weber State getting called for that moving screen violation on Harding.
Yeah, it's hard when you get behind like they did on Sunday, and you can see the energy that they're coming out with tonight, trying to make a different appearance here.
On force night, trying to have the force with them here on the court. Woodbury kicks it out to Averett. Averett for 3. Rims off again. And here come the Wildcats. And a carry. Haven't seen that call in a while. It's going old school.
Yeah, absolutely is. That's three consecutive turnovers by the Wildcats, I believe.
Everybody take a look at this because this is something you won't see called in the NBA. A carry. Now the Wolverines on offense. Cass and Jardine, top of the key. Yes, sir!
For 3.
Jazzman getting the Wolverines out to an early 5-0 lead with that three-pointer.
Nice to see one drop as they've had a lot of open looks, and to see one finally go through is what you're looking for.
TJ Washington now for the Wolverines. And this one pokes off of Weber State out of play. In the last few games at home, Utah Valley has struggled with a 3 in the first half, going 0 for almost 25 in the first 2 combined. But Cass and Jardine said, you know what, that was in the past.
Yeah, and they've generated really good looks. Their offense is getting them open looks, and that's what you want. You know, keep shooting, and eventually it's going to drop if you have good looks like they've had so far.
Trey Woodbury in the corner. He wants some action. That one misses. And the Wildcats get taken away by Woodbury. Nice hands. Woodbury going to try and go for it all. They're going to call a foul on the floor. Let's see who it is on. And they're going to call that one on Judah Jordan.
Number 23, Judah Jordan is first.
Woodbury looking like Odell Beckham Jr. out there. And you see Judah reaching in and grabbing Trey. Washington with the stutter step. Woodbury in the corner. Again misses. But that's going to fall. Like you said, Ben, shooters just got to have to keep shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that look. It's a great open shot.
Now Jordan on the floor this time. Kiss off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Wolverines. Here comes T.J. Washington. Washington going to go coast to coast. Get some contact, no foul call, misses. And rebounded by Zador. Wildcats look lost offensively here in the first few minutes of the first half. And right as I say that, a nice pull-up jump shot from the outside by Jarek Harding. And if the Wildcats need to get going, that's the guy they got to go to.
That's absolutely the guy, and that's a key for the Wolverines, I think, would be stopping him. You don't want him to get going.
Woodbury has been the go-to man so far for the Wolverines. Beautiful turnaround jumper, gets the kiss off the front rim. 7-2, Wolverines on top of the Wildcats. Zador, another travel. And that's going to take us to our first media timeout. Zador packing his bags.
All right, fans, remember tonight, we'll want to make some noise.
Utah Valley on top 7-2 early on here in the first half. We'll be right back after this on UCCU TV.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it. Get more vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com. You've got to come and see it in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Welcome back to the UCCU Center on the campus of Utah Valley University. You can see former Utah Valley assistant Eric Daniels right there just leaving your screen. Oh, there we go. Good camera adjustment there. Utah Valley right now loving this turnover margin. Weber State 7 turnovers so far, Ben, and it's not even been a full 5 minutes yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's very rare that you would see a team turn the ball over that much, and I think a lot of it has to do with Utah Valley. They're having active hands. They've got great energy to start this game, and they've been able to turn over the Wildcats 7 times already. That's definitely going to be a key stat to look at as we move throughout the course of this game, if that's going to be a continued trend, which will definitely play in the Wolverines' favor.
And a whistle's called. And I think this one is going to go against Cody John.
Foul number 5, Cody John is first. Third Wildcats team foul.
Eman Olajapoke. T.J. Washington, 18 on the clock for the Wolverines. Brandon Averett could have taken himself. Instead, kicks it back out to Jardine. Now Woodbury with it. Washington, 9 on the clock. Jardine puts it on the floor, drives, creates contact, kicks it out. Averett with 5, 4, puts it up. No good. Eman Olajapoke got a finger on it. Instead, here come the Wildcats. Beautiful. Nice dish. And an excellent finish at the rack by Tim Fuller.
Yeah, really unbelievable no-look pass there for the nice finish by Fuller.
Washington, Jardine. A little bit of a longer set on the outside as Eman Olajapoke trying to do work inside. Eman showing off the finesse. 9-4 Wolverines on top. Less than 15 to play here in the first frame. Fuller, who just got done with a monster dunk. Cunningham, another three-pointer. This one rimmed off. TJ Woodbury. Woodbury gets crossed up.
Checking in from Warriors number 5.
Beautiful no-look pass, Fuller.
Overton.
Going up, and then my favorite camera angle right there from the rim cam shows Ime Olajapoke and that finesse with the touch. The 9-4 Wolverine lead. Washington almost got the pickpocket. Kozak, Harding. Harding with the drive, whistle called, no shot. On the floor, they're going to call this one on the big fella, Brandon Morley. Calling for the hold. And Morley has been a presence like we talked about before the game started, Ben, that Utah Valley has definitely missed.
Yeah, they absolutely have. I mean, the injury bug has hit them a little bit, and, you know, I'm a little bit partial to centers, being a center myself, but getting those rebounds and having a big presence down low is massive, and Morley is going to be a big key here.
Jarek Harding with the 3, now the Wolverines. JJ Overton slipping in the key. See if somebody can go out there with a mop and fix that. Harding, beautiful stroke. Slight rotation. It finds the bottom of the net. Almost picture perfect. And just like that, Weber State back within 2. John slicing his way through the defense. And a foul called on, looks like it's going to go against Tim Fuller. Redshirt freshman from Gilbert, Arizona. The pride of Highland High School in the desert. Shaking his head, disagrees with the call, but can't win them all. Now Ege Hamza, who adds his bit of flair and showtime to this offense, checks into the game. They're going to go down low to Morley. Morley going against Fuller, and Morley lost the ball, goes out of play. The Wildcats will take it beneath the own hoop. And another turnover. Here comes TJ Washington, gives it in transition. Ege Hamza.
Again, some nice active hands by the Wolverines. The energy that they've really brought to start this game has turned the Wildcats over and over, and I know that won't make Randy Ray very happy at all.
Hopefully they can continue this energy, the Wolverines, but on the other side, a quick jumper for Cody John and the Wildcats. And if this is any indication how the rest of the game is going to go, this is going to be a fun one. JJ Overton now, TJ Washington. Ege Hamza, 17 on the clock for the Wolverines. Back to Hamza again. Hamza, nice dish out to TJ Washington. Drives, kicks back out. Overton, Hamza again, 8 on the clock, behind the back dribble. Hamza posting it up, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Jardine got to put it up, and this one gets blocked. Now Weber State in transition. That was Davis who extended his hands and fingers and got it. John bobbing and weaving his way, gets around Morley for the nice finger roll. It's a great finish. And forcing Coach Madsen to call a timeout. As we see John slicing, dicing his way through, gets that beautiful finger roll past Morley. And 11-7, Utah Valley Wolverine lead on top. We'll take the break with them.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
Welcome back to the UCCU Center on the campus of Utah Valley University. Brandon Crow alongside Ben Aird. Weber State, Utah Valley, all tied up at 11. Just about halfway through the first half here. And this Utah Valley team, Ben, they have been flying like crazy lately. Taking a look at it, 6 of the 9 games played on the road, 9,500 miles flown in 25 days. And they're going to fly, by the end of the season, 22,000 miles.
Yeah, I mean, that number right there is I don't think it's common for a school to travel that much, especially initially, and it's tough. You know, as a player, you know, getting in a rhythm, having the comfort of your own bed and being in your own arena, there's something to be said for that. And so hopefully they can get back in that routine today, and that is an unbelievable number of miles they've traveled so far.
So the Wolverines, who had as much as a 5-0 lead early on in this game, now see it all tied up, back fresh, 11 apiece, and an offensive foul called against the Wolverines. And this one's going to go against J.J. Overton.
Foul number 2, J.J. Overton is first. Second Wolverine team foul, checking back in. Notice number 24, Trey Woodbury.
So Trey Woodbury checks back in for the Wolverines. Kazan Jardine sits on the bench. And bringing the ball up the court, Wildcats and Cunningham. Fuller looking for some help. Got 20 on the clock. Overton gets his hands on it. John drives. Another floater. This one rebounded by Utah Valley. Here comes TJ Washington on the outlet. Now Trey Woodbury, top of the key. Washington cross-court pass. Ege Hamza on the floor. Washington's going to take a three himself. Got it. Washington, second three-pointer, puts Utah Valley on top, 14-11. Davis, now John. Fuller. And here comes Weber State trying to respond. They miss. Ege Hamza out in transition for the Wolverines, looking for some help. TJ Washington for a deep three this time. Boom! TJ Washington back-to-back three-pointers. This one from Tatooine.
Unbelievable. Yeah, you love when you get in a rhythm like that. It gives you the confidence, and you kind of have a heat check, and that one drops for Washington again.
So TJ Washington's back-to-back 6 points extend the Wolverine lead 17-11. Wildcats respond with a three. This one too long from Gallupo. J.J. Overton to T.J. Washington. Washington feeling it right now. Nice pass to Hamza. 22 on the clock. Hamza on the floor. Morley, big fella, gonna post up, taking himself. Taking it against Fuller. And he can't get the touch to get it to fall. And here come the Wildcats. Davis quickly gets in the key, but stripped on the other side by T.J. Washington. Ball still stays in Wildcat possession. Lupo, who's from my hometown, actually, Santa Clarita, California. Turnover. Here come the Wolverines. Ege Hamza behind between the leg, behind the back pass. Wasn't as fancy and executed as he would have drawn it up. And the Wolverines get an offensive foul. From Moss Eisley. TJ Washington steps in the three just on the outskirts of that Utah border. See the east border of the state of Utah. It's a good look at the midcourt. A new addition this year to the UCCU Center court. A quick trigger from Cunningham, top of the key. This one misses, and they're going to call Morley with the push. Now, as a center, I know it gets frustrating when you're just trying to post up and you feel like, you know, what more could he have done there?
Yeah, and it's always difficult. You kind of have to read the referees early on. Are they going to call it ticky-tacky, or are they going to let you kind of battle down low? As a center, that was a call that I always struggled with a little bit. But, I mean, we'll have to kind of keep an eye on that if they're going to let him play or kind of be ticky-tacky about it.
Beautiful jump shot from the elbow. KJ Cunningham. 17-13, Wolverines on top. 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Brandon Crow alongside Ben Aird. Thank you for letting us be a part of your day. Here's TJ Washington again. Wildcats, Harding showing his speed and quickness. There's a three-pointer right in front of Utah Valley's bench. This one misses. Overton coming over, trying to make the save. Last touched off of Cam Davis in Weber State. Utah Valley ball.
Yeah, early on we've seen the tempo of this game is very fast-paced. Turnovers on both sides. It'll be interesting to see if that continues to be the theme so far throughout the course of this game as it plays out.
Woodbury to Averett, now Overton. Washington. Averett again, Washington on the floor. Nice shake and bake to create some space, but quick closing speed defensively from the Wildcats. Overton, cross-court pass from Washington. That one rims off. Woo! Coming in from behind with the block, Emmanuel Ajakpoke. .15 on the clock. Harding trying to rock Woodbury to sleep. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounded by Eman. Here comes Brandon Averett in transition for the Wolverines. TJ Washington draws the contact on the floor. That's going to go against Judah Jordan. Here's another look. Emmanuel Ajakpoke doing what he does best, helping the Wolverines to be one of the best blocking teams in the whole country. And that's going to take us to a media timeout. So we'll take a quick break. Utah Valley on top, 17-13. You're watching Wolverines basketball on UVU TV. Willie the Wolverine, the Jedi, using his force powers to help the workers here let him go through and lighten his lightsaber. And Emmanuel Ajakpoke doesn't need a lightsaber to use the force. He's got all he needs right in his two hands. And on the season so far, just shy. Let's just round that up, why don't we? You mean five points per game, 3 blocks per game, 5 rebounds per game. He's 8th in the country in blocks with 27.
Yeah, and he really showed us why on that last play, right? It's not just a matter of him being tall or anything like that. He's a very athletic player. And to be 8th in the nation in blocks, averaging about 3 a game is just an incredible feat, right? Something that he can be very proud of.
Overton and Averett with 18 on the clock. Now Hobbs for the Wolverines. Cassie Jardine steps into a 3. That one rims off. Big rebound there from the Wildcats. Harding. Kozak throws this one into the stands. That ball looked like it had some butter or some margarine on it.
Yeah, that one definitely sailed right way into the stands, that's for sure.
Trey Woodbury. Woodbury backing down some Wildcats. Nice turnaround fadeaway, Kobe style. That was silky.
Yeah, he's shown in the past to have some moves there, but that was a lot of confidence in a turnaround move like that. It's a beautiful, beautiful play there by Woodbury.
Wildcats with a little over 7 to play here in the first half. Trailing 19-13 to the Wolverines. Harding again finding his way in the key. This time he gets the left-handed floater to fall. Harding now leading all Wildcats with 9 points. Woodbury, no-look pass cross court to Cassin Jardine. That one rims off. Davis gonna go on the floor. Kozak, John. Now in the corner. Harding Harding with that left-handed touch. This one shoves off the front rim. Here comes A.K. Hamza showing off that speed. Foul call against the Wildcats. Referees are coming over to talk things over. Shouldn't be really much to talk about. Galupo just looks like he got his feet tangled up and committed the foul.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see the referees come together, you know, because you're watching something in real time. But for me, looked like there was definite movement there, and I think they're going to get the call right.
Another great thing about modern day technology, referees, if they're unsure, they can just come over, take a look at those wonderful monitors that they have there. Look at the replays that our fine broadcast crew gets for them.
Yeah, you know, as a player, you know, a lot of times as a fan, it's hard because you don't want to slow down the game, but you want to get it right. And it's nice that they are doing that, coming together to ensure that the call is right. And as I'm looking at the replay, I mean, it looks like he's very clearly moving. We'll see if that's what the officials are seeing as well. But it could have been a little bit of an extension there from Hofstra. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, if that's what they're looking at, kind of the arm extension or kind of the lower body movement there, which in my mind would be a block.
So again, this collision taking place between Austin Galupo and A.K. Hamza. Galupo from West Ranch High School in Southern California, in Santa Clarita, Valencia. Nice and slow. See if we can see an arm extension from Hamza as he switches the ball. I mean, it almost looks, right as collision, Hamza switches the ball to his left hand and he almost braces himself for impact with the right. It's not like a running back trying to shove off a linebacker.
I mean, yeah. From my eyes, it's looking like there's not a ton of movement there, but I think that's why it's taking them a while, as they're looking at that to see if that arm did extend.
So they are going to stay with it. They're going to call a block against Austin Galupo. That'll be his. Once they get the official call, let's see. That'll be his first personal foul. 19-15 Wolverines on top in the first half. 6:15 left to go. Trey Woodbury. Nice move, creates the contact. They're going to call it travel. And the referee's coming over to explain it to Coach Madsen because he said, I just want to know how that was a travel. And they said they picked up his pivot foot.
Yeah, I mean, that happened so quickly. I honestly couldn't see there, but it looks like the referee saw something that we did not.
Kozak at the elbow. Kozak again now, Harding. John coming around the corner, and they're going to call an offensive foul this time against John. I don't know about that one. That happened right in our vision of sight here.
It did, yeah, and that's very minimal. Very minimal contact. I mean, you see a little bit of an extension there at the end. I mean, that's the refs are the officiating is getting a little more ticky-tack. We've seen a few of these calls where it could kind of go either way, but I mean, you could see a little bit of extension maybe.
I'm just glad we're the ones with the headsets and not with the striped shirts out there.
You and me both, my friend.
And the third straight possession for either team that's being cut short because of a whistle. Offensive call against Brandon Averett. Cunningham from the free throw line. This one no good, rimmed off. Here comes A.K. Hamza from Casson Jardine. Hamza splits the defense, kicks it out to Woodbury. Woodbury drives, goes against two Wildcats and gets the rim to fall in. (21-15), Utah Valley's largest lead of the contest. Galupo showing off his speed, but then that one you could see he slipped. You see another look at the bucket here from Woodbury.
Yeah, and Woodbury's on the past few possessions has done that great body control as he goes towards the rim, you know, avoiding the contact so there's no charge that could take place, and a wonderful finish there.
Overton on the other end, nice floater from JJ. Gets the teardropper to fall, the little rainbow over the big fella inside the key, and that's going to force Weber State to call a timeout. 23-15. Wolverines on top of the Wildcats. Again from the hoop cam, Overton showing off that great touch and finesse over the jumping Michael Kozak. Right now on the floor for the Wolverines, your leading scorer is Trey Woodbury with 8 points, 4 of 6 from the floor. No three-pointers yet for him. Kazan Jardine with 3 points, Ege Hamza and J.J. Overton both with 2. Then on the other side for Weber State, Harding with 9, Cunningham with 2. And outside of that, they got to get some more offensive production from the bench if you're Coach Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Harding is really showing his versatility, you know, mid-range jumpers, getting to the rim, but you certainly need to see some overall help there from the bench and others to contribute.
All alone in the post. Big fella with the cradle and the finish. 4 points now for Tim Fuller. Overton comes off the screen, gives it to TJ Washington, and another travel called against the Wolverines. And some frustration visibly being shown now by TJ Washington.
Yeah, you know, as a player, that's a call that can kind of go either way. And so you just have to, as we stated earlier, see how the officiating is going to take place, what they're calling, and it looks like they're going to call it tight. I mean, they've proven that with the several of those calls already taking place so far.
And it's been consistent.
Very consistent, yeah.
And as a player, that's all you can really ask for. If they're going to call it on you, they're going to call it on them, like, okay. But there's a nice give and go. Backdoor, put back jam by Fuller. That's his second jam so far of the day. 19-23, and you see him clapping his hands, trying to get his team back in the game here. Utah Valley hasn't been shooting lights out per se lately. Still leaving that door open for the Wildcats. Washington sees a crease, drives, gets plowed, and a whistle is called. They're going to say last touch off of TJ Washington. So this will take us to a media timeout. And TJ Washington showing the frustration for himself and everybody here. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on UVU TV.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from DNA analysis to animal behavior, there is a place for you at UVU. A place to rise, to engage, to succeed, to become.
Coach Madsen coming out of the timeout, trying to get his team. Jubilation on the floor. We have a student that just won a full semester's worth of tuition, sinking the half-court shot. Getting everybody pumped up here in the UCCU Center.
You love to see that. Wow, that's unbelievable that he put it in. I mean, you see these videos on TV of students and making it happen. It doesn't happen often, but there it was with the half-court shot and his free semester of tuition.
Man, I wish I had a free semester. Here's the hoop cam. You can see faintly that was one attempt, but you see the feet at the top of your screen in the teeth. Hoop cam for the swish. Not even a bank, but he'll take it to the bank, getting that free semester tuition. Congrats to you, my friend. Eman Olajapoke on the other end with the turnover, saying that he tried to, in the act of trying to save it, stepped on the line, so now Weber State will have it. 23-19, Wildcats trailing the Wolverines. Harding thought about it, very crafty with his moves. Now Fuller puts it on the floor, going against Olajapoke. Olajapoke with the rejection. And then Weber State with the hush of the crowd with the three-pointer right after. 23-22. Weber State right back in this one. Woodbury trying to post up, another good move. Averett somehow keeps it alive for the Wolverines. Averett draws the defense. Cassin Jardine, TJ Washington. Woodbury with the spin move. Lost it. Weber State has it. Great play by Cunningham. Now Barnes with a teardrop and the first lead of the game for the Wildcats. Israel Barnes puts them up 24-23. Washington coming off of a screen from Olajapoke. Washington trying to go behind the back. Oh, baby! That's schoolyard stuff with the kiss off the glass from TJ. We saw that a little bit in Kentucky with the little okey-doke from behind. 25-24, Wolverines on top. Wildcats with the ball. 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Brandon Crow alongside Ben Aird. Thank you for letting us be a part of your evening here on UVU TV. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Woodbury and the Wolverines. Here comes Averett. Averett with the stutter step. Averett kicks out to Woodbury for three. Too strong. Another rebound by Averett. Washington will step into one. That was too short. So $1:38 left to play here in the first half. And Weber State's going to try and take the lead yet again. Fuller gives way to Harding. Averett coming from behind. Harding too strong. Here comes TJ Washington. TJ Washington can want to go coast to coast. No contact. Bodies flying all over the place. Averett on the floor. Cassin Jardine for three. Yes! Jardine rattles it home. 28-24. Wolverines on top of the Wildcats. Less than a minute to play. Cunningham with 16 on the clock. Cunningham now with 10 on the clock. Fuller with 7. Rejected again. Third block by Olajapoke. About a 5-second differential, maybe a 5.5 between the shot clock and the game clock. Wolverines trying to set up something special here. 28-24. TJ Washington waiting for just the right moment. Washington breaks. Drives. 2 seconds. Cassin Jardine got to put it up. Counts if it goes. Rims off. Weber State with one. Counts if this goes. And that one too strong. So we head to the break. Wolverines on top of the Wildcats. 28-24. Kind of hectic end to that first half there, Ben.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of action back and forth. I mean, that last 2.5 minutes, you know, there's no breakage, right? And it's great to see a couple of buckets drop there. You know, Cassin Jardine hitting that three and, you know, sending it into halftime with the 28-24 advantage here for the Wolverines.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's one death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
Fathers,
daughters,
sons, brothers,
sisters, and friends Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Welcome back to the UCCU Center. Halftime score between the Wolverines of Utah Valley and the Wildcats of Weber State. Utah Valley on top 28-24. Hello, everybody. Brandon Crow with you here at halftime. We are pleased to be joined by the doctor, Utah Valley's Dr. Day, Dr. Jared Sumption. Jared, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Brandon. It's exciting to be here. Got a great atmosphere, and I wish we'd score a couple more points here, but we'll get there. Get there in the good second half.
At least we have the lead right now.
That's right. Hey, you score more points than the other team, that's a good night. So.
Absolutely. So what's life been like for you the past few months? Really busy.
You know what? It's been wild, but a good kind of wild. We've had some great things going on. You probably read in the newspaper generous support from doTERRA that is kind of a game changer for the athletic department. Multi-million-dollar donation that is really just benefiting us in such tremendous ways. Thanks to their generous support, it's moving the needle on a lot of different things for the athletic department.
Now, for those that may not know, publicly, is this all going to go to one spot, or is it going to be distributed?
Yeah. The donation is actually going department-wide and university-wide. $17.7 million donation from doTERRA. It's really just a tremendous game changer for all of our sports. It's impacting the entire department, and it's really the first $2 million donation out of that to a new Student Athlete Success Center that will benefit all 370 of our student athletes. And then they also made tremendous donations to our men's and women's basketball programs, and new turf at baseball, new performance center for volleyball, women's basketball and wrestling in the Lockhart Arena. I mean, they really, their impact just goes so far beyond just one sport, but it affects all of our student athletes and the entire university. They donated across the spectrum to the entire university, and I mean, really, they're just such tremendous people to help out the community in the way that they have.
Again, we are here courtside at halftime with Utah Valley University Athletic Director Dr. Jared Sumption. Now, Jared, new head coach and Mark Madsen for the men's team, new head coach and Dan Nielsen for the women's team. You struck a gold mine in two high-quality, high-caliber men.
We are so fortunate to have both of these coaches here leading our men and women. They were dealt some heavy blows coming into the program. Coach Madsen, I just talked to some donors before the game, and Connor McDougal tearing his ACL the week after he's hired, having to go and replace basically half a team. We have one player on the team right now who actually suited up for us last year. So he's done a tremendous job. We've had some great victories early on in the year. Women's basketball is building and growing and kind of starting a new system there. And, both coaches, both programs, all of our student athletes are doing such a great job for us. We're really excited about our future. We're building something great, and, we're so thankful to have both of them as our coaches.
What can the Wolverine fans have to look forward to come springtime?
You know what? In the springtime, we expect some WAC championships, some NCAA tournaments. Nothing less than the best for the Wolverines. So we're really excited for the WAC basketball tournament. Right now, the WAC is wide open, both the men's and the women's side. We fully expect to be competing in March, and so I know our coaching staff, they're working really hard, doing everything they can. The student athletes are buying in. and we're ready to go to the dance. That's our goal.
Well, Doctor, appreciate it as always. We know you're a busy man. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Brandon. You do a great job for us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll be right back with the rest of halftime and get ready for second half next on UVU TV.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Utah Valley Wolverines taking the floor, getting warmed up. A couple more minutes until second half begins, but they enjoy a 28-24 lead over the Wildcats of Weber State here at UCCU Center. Thank you for letting us be a part of your evening here on UVU TV. Some first half highlights here, Ben. Harding was really the go-to guy for Weber State, finishing off with 9 points in that first half, and you can see why.
Yeah, he carried a lot of the offensive load, and he's a very, very talented player. You can see here mid-range jump shots, getting all the way to the rim, extending out to three, making plays for his teammates. He had a fantastic half, and as we move over here to the Wolverines, Woodbury had a few unbelievable finishes as we're watching here. And the low post, I love how they post him up in a mismatch with a smaller defender, where he's not only getting turnaround jump shots, but layups and can make a move, which has been great for him.
Taking a look at the overall stat breakdown. First half, 11 of 30. It's interesting that both teams shot 30, and very similar as far as the makes go, but the difference in those three-pointers, Utah Valley has a couple more than Weber State does, but the big thing that stands out to me, or the two things mainly, Weber State is killing Utah Valley as far as bench points go, 13-4, but then Weber State, 12 turnovers to Utah Valley's 9.
Yeah, and it's interesting looking at the stats here. The turnovers have evened out a little bit more. I mean, as you remember, Weber State had 7 of those turnovers in the first 5 minutes, and so they did a great job of dialing that back. Looking here, I mean, the Wolverines got some really good looks from three, taking 16 attempts, which is a pretty high number, but weren't able to connect on as many as I'm sure Coach Madsen would have liked. And so we'll have to see how that trend continues moving into the second half, if they'll be able to be a little more efficient, as they did have some very, very good attempts, but unfortunately weren't able to convert on as many as I'm sure they would have liked.
Well, still a few more minutes left here. We'll be right back. We'll take a quick break, get our breath ready to go. Second half next here on UVU TV.
Did you know that over 43 million Americans struggle with mental health problems annually?
43 million.
That's 1 in 5 adults.
Did you know that there's 1 death by suicide in the United States every 12 minutes?
Did you know that suicide takes the lives of over 40,000 Americans each year?
Over 40,000 mothers,
Fathers,
daughters,
sons,
brothers,
sisters, and friends.
Did you know that you can help reverse this trend?
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental illness, don't keep it to yourself.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and see us.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
The path to true success is achieved through determination.
With the goal!
Determination to grow, to push through, and to finish. Utah Valley student athletes strive for these qualities. UVU student athletes need your support from the community, their peers, and their families to achieve this growth and success in life.
Has an opportunity laid down, and there it is! A dive into third base.
Support from donors like you makes a significant impact on the lives of more than 370 Wolverine student athletes. The General Athletic Scholarship Fund will help our student athletes be successful in the classroom, on the field, and in life. Please support our student athletes with a personal donation and watch these men and women grow now and in the future.
Welcome back to the UCCU Center on the campus of Utah Valley University. Utah Valley enjoying a 28-24 lead, only 4 points to start this second half, but they will take a 4-point lead, especially with how not so pretty that first half was all around. Utah Valley will have the ball to start the second half. Again, home team in the white and green jerseys, and the visiting Weber State Wildcats in their purple. And Ben, as Utah Valley gets set to kick off this second half with Averett kicking it out to Woodbury, who now drives wide open lane. He wanted that tomahawk jam. No foul called. Again, something Utah Valley head coach Mark Madsen was wanting more of in the first half. Utah Valley didn't even go to the free throw line the first half, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the statistics, shooting 16 threes. I mean, they were really focused on kind of shooting outside shots. And I think the first play, they get it to Woodbury on the block. Unfortunately, didn't get the call that he wanted there, but I think that's an emphasis coming out of halftime, is to try to get some easier buckets at the rim.
Weber State didn't even go to the free throw line either, so no team went to the free throw line, as we see an errant pass for the Wolverines, another turnover to add to the total margin.
That may be a first. Neither team going to the free throw line for an entire half.
For an entire half. We'll have to get some stats on that one and see when the last time that happened here at the UCCU Center. But the Wildcats on the other end do the exact same thing that Utah Valley did.
Yeah, again, the sloppy play seems to be a theme, and we'll have to see who can kind of tighten that up as we progress through this game.
Cassie Jardine gives back to Washington. Washington now, Trey Woodbury, top of the key. No good. Rebounded by Ola Jopouke, who had 3 blocks in the first half. TJ Washington with the drive, breaks the contact, rebounded by Ola Jopouke again. Now Jardine gives way to Averett. Averett with the fadeaway. Rebounded by Jardine. And they're going to call a defensive foul against Weber State, against Harding.
Yeah, some great offensive rebounding effort there by the Wolverines on a few different misses. Again, good looks, but crashing the glass and getting the offensive rebound, continuing to show that energy as we start the second half here.
So TJ Washington will inbound for the Wolverines. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Still, both teams looking for their first points of the second half. Washington to Jardine. Now Washington again in front of his own bench. Jardine posting up against Fuller. Jardine drives, loses it, draws the contact, and they're going to say another travel call against Kazan Jardine.
Yeah, tough call there. He gives him the pump fake and slides his pivot foot as he's trying to create that contact. He may argue that he got fouled prior to moving that pivot foot, but that's a tough call that usually will result in a travel.
Now on the other side for the Wildcats, 18 on the clock, 28-24 still. First 2 minutes away in the second half. Neither team has scored. Fuller. Another block, but it goes right into the hands of Fuller, who puts it up. Big fella now with 6 points, 3 of 5 from the floor. J.J. Overton set to check in for the Wolverines at the next moment. Averett with the floater. Averett gets the one hand. And the referee is going to blow a whistle against the Utah Valley bench. And a bench decorum warning.
That's interesting. You don't see that very often.
And Coach Madsen confused, looking around, just saying, I have no idea what's going on, but keep your cool.
I feel kind of the same way, but I guess he told his players just, tone it back a little bit, I guess.
30-26, Wolverines on top. Nice fadeaway there, missing, however. And this one last touch off of Fuller. Gives the Wolverine basketball. Fuller now with 8 points for the Wildcats. Harding with 9. TJ Washington can't connect. More bodies continuing to fall all over the place. And John's going to go against Woodbury, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Great job by Woodbury to stay in his own spot, drew the contact, and the foul. So there we go, coast to coast. There's the melee. Both fours going down. And here comes Weber State in transition. And Trey Woodbury was firmly planted.
Yeah, he did a wonderful job. As a player, that's a hard thing is the opposing players coming at you full speed. You have to just take it in the chest, which he definitely did there. Wonderful job by Woodbury.
TJ Washington, now JJ Overton. Overton keeps it himself. Now looking for some help. 14 on the clock, Washington. Washington, drive and dish. Good ball movement by the Wolverines. Pull-up jumper by Woodbury, and that's just fantastic.
Wonderful ball movement. Got the shot that he wanted, right? He made the defender fly past him and got the look that he wanted. That's great offensive execution there by the Wolverines.
So now Jordan past the timeline for the Wildcats. John now to Jordan. Jordan, the jumper. Takes an extra bounce off the rim, no good. Here comes Washington, outlet to Woodbury. Woodbury sees a crease, drives, gets the contact, no call, but gets the layup. And he is the first Wolverine in double digits, forcing a timeout for Weber State. 12 points now for Trey Woodbury. 6 of 11 from the floor. T-Dub doing what he does best, taking things over here at the UCCU Center. 34-26, Wolverines on top.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy.
And don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life.
If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Hyundai. I promise you'll love it. Get more vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com.
You've got to come and see it in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
Utah Valley bench enjoying a 34-26 lead over the Wildcats of Weber State. Emmanuel Japoke is having a feast tonight with blocks, already now with 5. And if you look at overall, Utah Valley, number 2 in NCAA ranks, top 5 in the country. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, it kind of speaks to the athleticism of this team, but also the ability to come over and play help defense from the weak side. You know, he's done a wonderful job with that. We've seen block after block after block, and hey, maybe he can get to double digits tonight. You never know.
A Sith Lord getting some love here on Force Night. Darth Vader #1 from that little fan. I'm sure if the real Darth Vader was here, I don't know if she would be so stoked. Utah Valley now very strong with the force defensively. 34-26, locking down the Wildcats. And as soon as I say that, Wildcats strike. And who else but Jarek Harding? Harding now with 12 points. Ties a game high for both teams. And looks like they're going to call Eman Olajapoke offensive foul away from the ball.
Timeout.
Just a sweet stroke from Harding.
Yeah, and you can kind of tell when a player starts going, right? They're feeling confident, and he's got his confidence there as he lets it fly.
And we'll take a quick break. Media timeout on the floor. We'll be right back on UVU TV.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you. Place for you at UVU. Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
To become.
The Culver's Custard Man is a character I think you could see in a Star Wars cantina somewhere floating around in a galaxy far, far away, long, long time ago. Culver's sponsored our dinner tonight, so we always send a shout out to Culver's and the Culver's Custard Man. Utah Valley on top of the Wolverines of Weber, on the Wildcats of Weber State, 34-29, Ben. And right now, coming after this timeout, if you're Coach Madsen, what are you telling your squad?
I think you're telling them to settle down a little bit. It's been kind of a hectic pace for both teams to start this second half. Settle down, let's get into our offensive sets and kind of get into a rhythm as we approach the rest of this half.
Wildcats' energy seeming to pick up as Harding trying to do an acrobatic circus shot, doesn't get it to fall. Now here comes J.J. Overton. Averett. And T.J. Washington calms everybody down. Averett now with 18 on the clock. Woodbury on the floor, spin move, creates a space. Beautiful finish from Trey Woodbury. High kiss off the glass. 36-29 Wolverines. Davis. Galupo. Woo! Beautiful crossover there from Harding. And Harding with the nice finish on the left hand.
Yeah, very, very nice move there. Potentially got away with the travel, but either way, a great move and finish there from Harding. He's quite the player, that is for sure.
And you know TJ Washington won't want that against him, and so we'll see how he responds to this as Trey Woodbury gives way to J.J. Overton now. 15 on the clock for the Wolverines. Overton, spin move, creates his own space. Beautiful left-handed finish, J.J. Overton. Overton now 4 points on the night for the Wolverines. 38-31, Wildcat basketball now. Harding now to Kozak. Kozak, nice feed. Harding, excuse me. Judah Jordan couldn't hold on to it. Mustard coming off the hot dog a little bit there.
And both teams have come out and ran offensive sets, trying to get good looks, and a great look there, but unfortunately couldn't hold on.
Overton to Averett. Averett with the stutter step. Cuts back right. Block tipped up in the air by Weber State. Now here come the Wildcats. Davis leading the break. There it is in transition. Splash down for Judah Jordan. And Coach Matson's going to want to call a timeout and think this thing over. And TJ Washington a little bit disappointed, wanting to continue to go.
Yeah, I think he was more disappointed here in giving up such a great look to Judah Jordan as he's able to put that one in. I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication there, caused him to be wide open, and he put it down.
38-34, Wolverines on top of the Wildcats. Breaking it down for you, Trey Woodbury, 14 points leading all Wolverines, 7 of 12 from the floor right now. Still has yet to make a three-point shot. He has 4 rebounds as well. And on the other side, Harding doing things like we thought he would. Jarek Harding leading all scorers for the Wildcats, 14 points, 6 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 4 from three-point land. And really on the floor so far for the Wildcats, outside of Jarek Harding, Davis and Jordan both have 3 points apiece, but that's it.
Yeah, he's continuing to lead the way there. I wouldn't be surprised coming out of this timeout to see Woodbury on the block. It's kind of what the Wolverines have done to generate some offense. It'll be interesting to see how they approach it here.
Brandon Averett comes around some screens. Brandon Averett pushes it up with one hand, no good. Here come the Wildcats. Jordan. Harding. A.K. Hobbs is set to come in for the Wolverines. Galupo losing his balance, gives way. Here comes Woodbury now. Woodbury to Overton. Too far, he had him.
Yeah, Overton had a lane there that would have led to a wide open dunk, and just unfortunately, as a player, you hate that. Throw it just out of reach there. Great defense here as they kind of collapse on him, get the fast break, and unfortunately just out of reach for Overton, or that would have ended maybe in a highlight here for us to see.
I have a feeling that that's not the only chance that Overton's going to get the rest of the evening. A little bit over 12:30 left to play, 38-34. Wolverines have a 4-point lead. Harding steps back, lets it fly with the left hand again, and he's starting to heat up here.
He is definitely starting to heat up. A lot of confidence as he let that one fly.
Wildcats only trail by 1. Overton with the dish. Cassie Jardine steps into a 3, and he misses. Here come the Wildcats with another opportunity to take the lead. First time in the second half that they would do so. He's feeling it. Harding from deep. Rims off. Washington. Nice, beautiful. There it is, the finish, the two-handed jam. J.J. Overton, courtesy of the no-look pass from T.J. Washington.
And you were prophetic there, calling that play to happen. What a great finish.
40-37, Wolverines on top. Wildcats trying to respond. Less than 12 to play here in the first half. A lot of players slipping. Harding not slipping at all. Stepping straight into another three as he drains it. Nothing but net there. 40-40. Jay-Z would be happy. 40-40 club here at the UCCU Center. Harding now with 20 points. Quickly. And TJ Washington gets his hand caught in the cookie jar as he reaches in, gets another foul call. And that'll take us to another media timeout. But not before we take a look at that man right there, number 10, Jarek Harding. Harding says thank you very much. Beautiful, sweet stroke. Bottom of the net. All tied up 40 apiece from the hoop cam. We'll be back after this on UVU TV.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
Jarek Harding, the man with the plan, the captain for this Weber State Wildcats squad. Again, exploding here in the second half, really exploding in the last couple of minutes. 20 points, 4 of 7 from the floor. 4 of 7 from three-point land, 8 of 14 from the floor. I beg your pardon. 4 rebounds as well, 3 assists for Jarek Harding.
Yeah, he's catching a breather now, but he's definitely got the confidence. I mean, as a player, there's times you kind of hear it, you're in the zone or whatever the phrase may be. He came down, hands up, and said, hey, give me the ball, because if I put it up, it's going in, and he's definitely proven that the past few possessions.
So we got ourselves a ball game here at the UCCU Center. Get your seatbelts and your popcorn ready. Should be a wild finish in the next 11 minutes. There's another corner three, and Weber State sharing the wealth now. KJ Cunningham getting in on the action. 5 points for Cunningham, 43-40 Wildcat lead. Trey Woodbury, A.K. Hobson. J.J. Overton clapping for the ball multiple times. Averett drives, trying to dish to a crashing teammate. Overton gets it. Jump ball is the call. And it looks like possession arrow is in favor of the Wildcats.
Yeah, tough play there, just maybe slightly out of control, and kind of causes that loose ball. And the Weber State did a great job of tying it up there.
Davis. Kozak looking for some help. And J.J. Overton had a collision, and he's going to get called for the foul. He was guarding Cunningham, and those two crashed into each other. .20 seconds on the shot clock, and again, Harding on the bench. The leading scorer for the Wildcats getting a well-deserved rest. Watching his team now with a three-point lead, trying to add to it. Kozak going to step into one, and Kozak's getting into it. This time, the man from the Czech Republic. Largest lead for the Wildcats, 6 points. And Cunningham getting called for the foul on the other side. Is Kazim Jardine going to check in, give the Wolverines a little bit more length.
Yeah, Weber State definitely starting to heat up as a team from behind. You know, hitting consecutive three-pointers on great ball movement, you know, penetration and kick to get a very clean look, and they're dropping for him right now.
So 46-40, the Wolverines trail. J.J. Overton getting blocked. And this one goes out of play. You can see the visible frustration right now on the court for the Wolverines, but these are the moments, the crunch time moments, Ben, where they just got to grind through it and play their basketball.
That's exactly right. In the past few possessions, sometimes as a player, you try to force it, right? You try to make something happen to stop the momentum from the other team. And that's really where you have to dig down and play together and really trust your fundamentals and your teammates especially.
Harding dishes to Davis in the corner. And they almost got the shooter's touch to fall that time. Instead, here comes Ege Havza with the full head of steam. And Havza draws a foul against Weber State. Guilty party there, and Judah Jordan. That'll be his third personal foul. And still, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe the stat gods will come down on me, but we don't have a free throw yet for either team.
Yeah, that's unbelievable that hasn't occurred. There's been a lot of three-point jump shots. Maybe that's attributed to it, but I would have a suspicion we won't go the full game without a free throw. That may be a first if that happens.
18 on the shot clock. TJ Washington gives way to Jardine. Washington called for it back. Instead, Jardine keeps it himself. Now 12. Jardine now to Woodbury. Woodbury creating his space, slicing, dicing with the contact. Can't get the rebound. Still a no foul call on the floor. Looked like Fuller went straight over the back on Woodbury. Instead, a fresh shot clock for the Wildcats. Harding drives and he gets it to go. Largest lead now for the Wildcats, 48-40. Here comes Brandon Averett. Brandon Averett with the nice layup in transition. 42-48.
Don't blink or you might miss something.
Seriously. I still don't know how there was no whistle blown. That was a lot of contact on the other end.
Absolutely.
And there we got a whistle and a contact here. And this is going to go against Cunningham. And that'll be his fourth personal foul. I beg your pardon. They had that in the stats round. They were giving the fouls to Cunningham when those personal fouls were for his teammate. So that is only Cunningham's second. Ege Havza thought about the three. Puts it on the floor, kicks it out to Trey Woodbury. Woodbury, nice drive and dish. Kazan Jardine switches hands midair for the clean finish. 44-48. Weber State has made 4 of their last 5 field goals. Nice, beautiful drive and dish, reverse layup, and the foul for Jarek Harding. This foul's going to go against Brandon Averett. Good ball movement here from the Wildcats. Nice give and go, wide open. And Averett gets the foul from behind, and here is the first free throw. First free throw of the whole game coming with 8 minutes left to go in the whole game.
Wow. Unbelievable that was the first opportunity for a free throw there, but what a finish by Hart. I mean, he is definitely feeling it right now. And I mean, the hoop is a hula hoop to him. I mean, you feel like it's going to go in if he puts it up.
Harding now leading all scorers with 25 points. Havza intercepted. Now here comes Cunningham, excuse me. Now another turnover. Woodbury. Havza calling for it. Averett gonna take it all the way. Averett gets it. No foul call.
Let's go Wolverine defense.
And we're going back and forth like a ping pong match here. 51-46, Wildcats still on top. Averett trying to pick the pocket of Harding. Davis switching it up. Harding again exploding to the rim. And one. Counted again for Harding. Back-to-back opportunities for the three-point play. Harding going back to the charity stripe. And we'll take a media timeout. 46-53, Weber State on top. We'll be right back with more here on UVU TV.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and see us.
I came to college to play my sport, but more importantly, to earn a degree.
I'm constantly learning from those around me, my professors and peers, my coaches and teammates, and even my opponents.
There's nothing better than game day, battling side by side with my teammates.
The competition is what pushes me to be the best that I can be.
I take pride in my community and want to ensure that I am giving back and inspiring the next generation to do the same.
Our Darth Vader fan taking a little break, sipping some cola. Utah Valley trailing the Wildcats of Weber State 53-46. In the last 5 minutes, everything has gone the Wildcats' way, being led by their captain, Jarek Harding. 27 points tonight, 11 of 17 from the floor, 4 of 7 from three-point land, 1 of 1 so far from the charity stripe, and has an opportunity to make it 2 of 2. Right before we went to break, he had another and one, getting fouled, going to the rack. And his shoulders must be tired because he's been carrying this team the whole night.
Yeah, he absolutely has. And we kind of said it a little bit earlier, but don't blink or you're going to miss the action. This is a track meet that's going back and forth and has definitely proven very entertaining, that's for sure.
So Harding misses the free throw. Wolverines with 7 minutes left to play, trailing 46-53. Jardine putting it on the floor. Averett. Cross-court pass to Woodbury. Now Washington. And Washington gets a foul call on KJ Cunningham. That'll be his third personal foul.
6 Wildcats, 2 foul. 20 John.
Woodbury inbounds to Washington, now to Jardine. Averett back to Jardine. Jardine calling his own number, instead kicks it out to Brandon Averett. Splash down for BA. 9 points now for Brandon Averett. And that came in an absolutely clutch time for the Wolverines when they needed a bucket. 49-53. Wolverine defense needs to get a stop.
Looks like the Wolverines have adjusted to a zone defense here to try to slow down what the Wildcats have been able to do so far.
And Kozak answers with that zone, says, you give me a couple inches and I'll do that to you. 55-49. Brandon Averett is a fella that Coach Madsen and his teammates would love to get in on the action right now, as that ball goes out of play. And J.J. Overton quickly coming in to check in for the Wolverines.
Yeah, very tough finish there down in the post against one of the nation block leaders, and was able to get right over top. Great touch and finish there as he got it to go.
49-55, Wildcats trying to add to it. That one going through the hands of Cassie Jardine, almost picked off. 8 seconds on the clock for the Wildcats, now 5 on the clock. Got to put up a desperation shot, and they do. Rims off, but a huge rebound coming in and blocked again by Iman Olajakboke. Another block, but a whistle is called before. Israel Barnes going up and down like a yo-yo.
And it looks like they got that one on Kazan Jardine there, or else it would have been another block on back-to-back possessions there.
So now Olajakboke with 6 blocks on the night as Barnes misses the free throw.
All right, let's see if there's any fans out there who would want to win Costa from Culver's. Let's get loud.
Barnes misses both. TJ Washington with the rebound. 49-55. Little over 5 minutes left to play. Kazan Jardine. Now Woodbury. Overton. Washington. Washington shakes and bakes, draws a contact and the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot.
It'll be interesting to see as we move throughout this game. Free throws have been very non-existent, right? And they could very well determine the outcome of this game. And so that's going to be something to watch and see how that develops and unfolds.
TJ Washington makes the first free throw. 9 points for TJ. Wolverines trailing by 5. And he makes it 4. 10 points for TJ Washington. 51-55. Weber State on top. 5 minutes exactly left to play in regulation. Davis over Olajuwon, and that's ice cold.
It was a very difficult shot. It was actually very good defense by Olajuwon, which I cannot pronounce.
Good job there. Olajuwon, a monster jam with 2 hands. He was at eye level with the rim. 53-57, Wolverines not going away. Kozak, another 3. This one rims off. Olajuwon gobbles up the rebound. TJ Washington on the outlet now. TJ Washington slicing and dicing with the finger roll. And they're going to call a timeout. TJ Washington's points do count, but we got an injured Wildcat on the floor on the other side. And it looks like cramp, but TJ Woodbury misses inadvertent pass, and Olajuwon, with all the elevation I've dreamed of, just gets up there and throws it down. And here goes TJ crossing it over. And the injured Cam Davis walking off on his own power, which is great to see. And he'll get some extra attention on the sidelines.
And what a ball game we have here. Rivals, in-state rivals, coming down to the wire here, and we're definitely not lacking for excitement as we've seen this game unfold.
57-55, Wolverines trail by 2. 4:13 left to play in regulation. Hopefully you at home are enjoying this one as much as we are. 2 teams, again, separated these schools. 69 miles, just 1 freeway. If the traffic is okay, you can get there a little over an hour, under an hour and a half. A lot of pride on the line tonight. Harding stepping into another 3. This one too strong. Rebounded by J.J. Overton. Overton pulls it back, waits for his teammates to get there. TJ Washington, an opportunity to tie or retake the lead for the Wolverines. Washington, Overton in the corner. Rims off. Outlet pass, Harding. Misses, tipped back up and in by the big fella Fuller. And another timeout called by the Wildcats. 59-55 now. And we'll take a break with them. I got to get some more water. Fantastic game here. We'll be right back with the rest on UVU TV.
UCCU is both a credit union and a full-service mortgage company.
Which means that UCCU always provides the lowest rates and lower insurance premiums than other lenders.
When your mortgage rate and insurance premium are lower, your monthly payment is also lower.
It's just science.
That's more money you can put into your home.
Or back into your pocket.
So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing a home, talk to us.
The credit union that's been putting people over profits for over 60 years.
It's what I do.
It's what I do.
It's what we do.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Utah Valley in their huddle after this timeout that was called by Weber State. Take a look. There's only a 4-point difference here, Ben. But if you look at the field goals, they're almost identical.
Yeah, they absolutely are on attempts and makes. You know, the difference being maybe a few free throws, which we've only seen a handful of those happen in this game. And this game is very much still in play for either team. It's going to come down to how are you going to execute as a team on not only the defensive end, but on the offensive end, and who's going to make the plays, the winning plays that need to happen in the last 3 minutes in order to come away with a win.
So Coach Ray calling the timeout. He's going to settle down his squad. Utah Valley got to go the full length of the court here. 3:25 left to play in regulation. Wolverines trailing by 4. Washington looking for some help. Gives way. Overton quickly back to Washington. Washington finding his crease, drives, blocked. Big time block there from Fuller. And you have to think that with the time left here, a field goal would really put the burden on Utah Valley's shoulders.
Yeah, it absolutely would. This is a big defensive possession for the Wolverines. They've settled into that zone to try to slow Harding down, and we'll have to see if they can do that.
John in the corner, 6 on the shot clock. Cunningham with 2, 1, and he gets it right before the shot clock. 61-55, Wolverines with 2:30 left to play. Olajakboke. TJ Washington with a deep 3. Yes! TJ Washington trying to pump up the crowd. Utah Valley only trails by 3 now, 2:11 to play. Wolverines need a defensive stop. And you see who the Wildcats will go to. Kozak. Fuller. Of course, Harding with the left-handed stroke. Rattles it home. Harding ice cold tonight. 29 points. The Iceman cometh. And his name is Jarek Harding. Trey Woodbury in the corner. He misses. And a big rebound there by Weber State with the 5-point lead and $1:30 left to play. And Weber State just going to try and milk as much clock as they can. Jarek Harding showing a little bit of a limp here. And they're going to call a foul against, let's see what the official call is. We're going to call a foul against TJ Washington.
Yeah, it looked like he was in the restricted area. We'll have to see on the replay here, but it looks like he was going for the charge, and the referee called him in the restricted area, giving him a foul there.
Utah Valley coach Mark Madsen calling a timeout as we take another look. And he's flirting right there with that line, TJ Washington was. And Woodbury came in last second with the swipe, but the foul was called against Washington. Big Ben, take me through the huddle right here if you're Coach Madsen. Down by 5, $1:10 left.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts, you've got to get a stop, right? The Wildcats will have the ball underneath the basket. About 1:10 left, you may think about fouling, right, and causing them to go to the free throw line at this point in the game. But ultimately, he's drawing up the next offensive play, so you've got to come away with a stop and a rebound. And then what does that look like on the offensive end? You want to get the first easy bucket that's available, whether that's a 2 or a 3. You want to get that as quickly as possible. And it looks like I was mistaken. We are in the bonus here, so we'll be coming out of free throws. Unless they're calling that a shooting foul, which I may have missed that.
No, we are in the bonus. So Cunningham at the line.
Cunningham shooting 1.
And with Cunningham shooting 1 and 1, if he misses, this would be a huge opportunity for the Wolverines, but he wants no part of that whatsoever. And Cunningham leaves no doubt. Perfect rainbow straight through the net. 9 points on the evening for Cunningham. 3 of 5 from the floor. And a beautiful stroke. Puts Weber State up by 7. Washington lets it all the way go to the timeline before he picks it up. Washington drives, and he misses. And with exactly a minute left, It's going to take a miracle for the Wolverines to come back into this one. And a foul called against J.J. Overton.
Yeah, it looks like on that last possession, Washington was trying to create the contact. Unfortunately, the whistle didn't blow the Wolverines' way there. And kind of at this point, you're just going to have to hope for some misses from the free throw line. But Harding has definitely proven to have ice in his veins throughout the course of this game, that's for sure.
Harding currently sitting at 29 points. Make that 30. Dropping a 30 bomb on Utah Valley tonight. Jared Harding, 12 of 19 from the floor, 4 of 8 from 3, and 2 of 3 from the free throw, trying to make it 3 of 4, which he does. 31 points for Jared Harding from Wichita, Kansas. Trey Woodbury on the floor. Trey Woodbury drives. Olajuwon there for the putback and one. Olajuwon off of Trey Woodbury's miss. Olajuwon with 6 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocks. And he misses the free throw. Casson Jardine gets the rebound. And then TJ Washington stepped out of bounds.
Let's go Utah Valley.
Davis, last touched off of Weber State, Utah Valley basketball. So 37 seconds. I mean, we've seen what Reggie Miller can do with just a limited amount of time. We'll see what Utah Valley can do. They trail 7. It'll be their basketball.
Yeah, the Wolverines showing some life here. Absolutely, just creating, you know, on these types of plays, you just want to make a play, right? And Overton did a great job there of getting it to go off of Harding's shoulder out of bounds. And the Wolverines are showing some life here, right? Coach Matson's going to draw up a play to get a good look, right? And I'm expecting at this point, more than likely, going for a 3. Whether it be Woodbury or someone else, they're going to try to get a good look, and you hope it can go down.
And on the opposite side, if you're Coach Randy Ray, what are you thinking?
I think the number one rule here is don't foul, right? You don't want to give away points at the free throw line when the clock is not running. So you want to get a stop, and you're okay if giving up a layup, but you just don't want to foul and give the Wolverines free points at the free throw line.
It's a good look there. Davis trying to inbound, goes just straight off of Jarek Harding's chest, right through his hands, bounces out of play. And Utah Valley will get the basketball underneath their own hoop. So we'll see whose number they call. You have to think that they want to get a quick shot, but make it a good shot.
Absolutely, yeah. You want to get, and as I mentioned, you want to get the best available look, right? Now, being down 7 with just under 40 seconds, I mean, you can get a 2 and play the free throw game, which it'll be interesting to see how they approach this. But the first good look that you have, no matter what it is, you're taking it in. And really, you got to have trust in every teammate that's on the floor to take that shot.
The referees had their look at it. And the referees just making sure that everybody knew exactly where they stood. So it'll be Utah Valley basketball again underneath their own hoop. 37.9 seconds left in regulation. Again, barring something short of a miracle for the Utah Valley Wolverines here. So J.J. Overton to inbound. T.J. Washington with the wide open look. Washington nails it! Washington with the 3 right out of the gate. 4-point lead for Weber State, and they're forced to burn a timeout.
Yes.
T.J. Washington with the exact play that they drew up He had the open look, the great look, and he buried it.
He got exactly what they wanted. I mean, you can't drop a better play than that. I mean, T.J. Washington wide open, and he knocks it down. I was looking there. I wasn't sure if Weber State had a timeout, so I was kind of in panic mode, wondering if they called a timeout when they didn't have one. But it looks like
that was their last one.
Looks like that was their last one.
And Utah Valley only has one left as well. So a quick, perfectly executed bucket from T.J. Washington and Utah Valley with 35.9 seconds. Now it's Weber State's ball, and they just had a difficult time trying to get that ball in. So again, you think Mark Madsen would keep his length out there on the floor, trying to disrupt that Weber State inbound.
Yeah, you just want to hit the rewind button and do exactly what you did on the previous possession if you are the Wolverines. Put that pressure and hopefully force a turnover, right? And if not, you're going to play the foul game, and we'll have to see if the Weber State Wildcats can knock down those free throws. But get your long, athletic guys, trap the ball, and see if you can make a play and get a turnover.
Well, we knew that when these two teams play in the past, it was back and forth, and we knew that tonight was going to be no different, but really it definitely has been back and forth.
Wolverine fans, let's get wild!
63-67, Weber State clinging to a 4-point lead, and they try to inbound here. Utah Valley, no foul. Weber State doing a great job of playing keep away. Harding finally fouled by Overton with 29.6 seconds left. Jarek Harding now with 31 points has an opportunity to tack on a couple more. And Harding does. Makes the first free throw, 32 points for Harding. And Harding misses the second. 28 seconds left to go. T.J. Washington got to hurry. Down by 5, 68-63. Deep three, rimmed off. On the top, okay, got it. Cassin Jardine puts it back up and in. The Utah Valley trails by 3. Fouled in the corner. And Harding will go again to the free throw line. 65-68. And it's nervous time in the UCCU Center. 17 seconds left. And the referees just bumped up the clock, to 18.7 seconds.
There's definitely no lack of action here in the UCCU Center tonight on Star Wars night here.
Jarek Harding's career high is 46 points. And it's safe to say, I don't think he's going to come close to that, but still, nonetheless, very impressive evening. Now with 33 points. And make that 34 for Harding. 12 of 19 from the floor, 4 of 8. T.J. Washington, Iman Olajapoke with the slam dunk. 67-70. And another foul with 10 seconds left. This one on Havza. And that's going to send K.J. Cunningham to the line. No, I beg your pardon. They're going to keep it Harding. Cunningham and Harding were right next to each other. And Utah Valley head coach Mark Madsen is going to burn his final timeout.
Make Harding think about it a little bit before
icing the kicker
before he goes to the line. I mean, we've got a one-possession game here. Very, very big free throws coming up here from Harding. Again, he's proven that he can step up and make those. But yeah, a little bit of ice in the veins here, and Coach Mark Madsen going to make him think about it a little bit and see if he can get him to miss a couple here.
Taking a look at the Wolverines' upcoming schedule after this, they will travel down south at Southern Utah. Then coming back home next week versus Northern Arizona. and then at Wyoming, at Long Beach State. Coming back home for the Christmas holiday and finishing up 2019, the calendar year, at home versus Antelope Valley on Saturday the 28th. And for the Wildcats, after this one, they're home against Westcliff University and home against Utah, and then Bethesda, and then at BYU. And we see their upcoming schedule there. The Weber State lucky enough to play Utah and BYU.
Yeah, there's something about these in-state games, and we've seen that here tonight. There's a different energy when you're playing against a local school, and this one definitely hasn't disappointed so far.
Harding, after the timeout, takes a deep breath and sinks the first free throw, making it a two-possession game. 35 points. Harding again with another deep breath. And he sinks it again. 36 points. TJ Washington past the timeline with 8 seconds. Got to put up a desperation three, and this one rims off. Kozak with the rebound. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Weber State is victorious in the chapter of 2019-2020. 67-72 is the final score. Weber State victorious over Utah Valley.
Yep, you've got to give a lot of credit there to Weber State as they were able to essentially close out that game. And you know, Jarek Harding was able to get what he wanted, you know, finish the game strongly there and hitting those free throws that were so necessary to finish out this game for the Wildcats.
Tough loss for the Wolverines, but they look to regroup and travel south down to southern Utah. Final scores 67-72 for all of our hardworking staff and crew behind the scenes. For Ben Ayer and I'm Brandon Crow saying thank you and so long and good night from Orem, Utah.